profoundly establish the fact that Jesus is Lord, not to my gift, calling, anointing, or mantle. Because of the mantle upon my life, people didn't understand why I wasn't knocking down doors to become known. God always appointed my assignments as he said that he would do, even if they were behind closed doors. He had instructed me to live so that heaven and hell would know me. At the time, he reassured me that my call would not be a popularity contest, but that he would use me to execute his will in situations. As my numerous and very different assignments testify, my life has been given in a very personal and sacrificial way, as have the lives of many of his servants. In losing my life for his sake, surely I found it. Okay, let me share another assignment real quick called Confronting Evil. Confronting evil. The first time that I heard God speak to me that he was going to use me to execute his will was 26 years ago during a quote-unquote covert operation in the middle of the night. Yes, God's kingdom has a real army with trained warriors, and I was about to be made privy to a deeper glimpse at how kingdom militia functions. After praying and consecrating and bombarding heaven about circumstances and situations, often we are called on to become the answer. Right before the cult was ended in Washington, D.C. in 1984, many dark secrets were revealed to me by the stirring of the Spirit of God. As a team relocated to North Carolina for ministry opportunities, the wife of one of the ministers did not go. We were there for 9 months, and she and her husband never visited each other. Another red flag was that the children were with the father. Whenever I inquired into the matter, I was given vague answers. I had little time to divert because I was completely swamped with ministry and overseeing the team. As I share elsewhere in the book, God had sent me for the purpose of exposing and closing down this cult, even though I wasn't fully aware of the matter until it was time. Therefore, the diversion to North Carolina was all part of God's plan to divide and conquer. The pastor remained in D.C., which somewhat weakened her grip on the members that were with me. In this situation, I witnessed truth and light conquer a lie and darkness. In her greed, the pastor had convinced this woman to fast for the increase and prosperity of the ministry. This had gone on for months, as this woman was kept at the pastor's home. In all actuality, she was really a sacrificial lamb, laying down her life for a very small insurance policy. You cannot imagine the anger that I experienced when God called some of the members to tell me what they believed to be so. What they told me sounded possible and probable, so it was time to investigate. The members that were aware of this fast were told not to tell me, which spiked my curiosity even more. God sanctioned my plan to investigate. As I prepared to go into D.C. to check out the situation, I chose a team of 5 to accompany me, including the victim's husband. I asked them not to alert her that we were coming, but their loyalty to the pastor would not allow them to keep silent. She sent the instructions for us not to come to her home, but to inform her when we arrived, and she would come to us. I was under the anointing and authority of God, so I did not comply with her request. When we arrived in town around 3 that morning, I took everyone to her front door and knocked. She feigned surprise when she saw us. But she was wide awake for such an early hour. Her victim was neatly positioned on the couch, and she was merely a frame. The smell of death permeated the room. After greeting the pastor, I moved to the couch and lifted the woman's upper body in my arms while looking into her pleading eyes.